Welcome everyone to the PopGaming Podcast, your source for the gaming news, gaming-related topics, and other such nonsense. Our awesome intro was created by Jonathon Tucker and Agony Wolf. And we are your hosts, Scott.
And I'm Ruben.
And it's only two of us today, so it's probably going to be a short episode, but we're going to go through our news topics and what we've been playing, and we have a quick little thought on Days Gone since Ruben got a chance to play that. So, Ruben, go ahead and take it away. What did you think of Days Gone so far?
Yeah, so Days Gone, it dropped obviously Friday, and I made the mistake of watching a bunch of reviews for it because I thought, I'm going to buy it anyways. Let me see what people are thinking. And I've been so surprised by it. It's the majority of reviews I've seen of people not really enjoying it. It's been quite slated, which I thought, what, really? It's a zombie game, it's open world, what more do you want, really? So I spent most of today and a couple of hours previously playing Days Gone, and I have to say, it's buggy. It's funny buggy. Like, it's so bad in the bugs. There's a blood spatter on the ground where there should be blood splatter on the ground. It's literally vertical in the air. So there's major clipping going on. Yeah, I took a screenshot of it because it was just one of the craziest things I've seen. Another person I watched a clip of where they spawned. You can fast travel when you eventually get to a fast travel place, and I spawned from one location, well, they spawned from one location to another, and when they arrived, they were fine, but their bike was literally inside the side of a rock face. It had spawned, and I was like, all right, okay. So
awesome.
One of the major criticisms of this is that the storyline is really bland and the NPCs are pretty boring, and that apart from the open world and the bad guys that you get, there really is nothing to this world. I have to say I disagree. It's very buggy. It doesn't look nearly as good as it could do. There are moments where I catch up with the graphics rendering, if that makes sense. So you're driving away on your bike, and then suddenly things are kind of spawning in, and you're like, wow.
Oh, like the
hello world.
Like it has the texture pop-ups too.
Yeah, and even some of the clipping lines, where the plates are coming together. For frame reference, yeah. So for frame of reference, I'm playing on PS4, not the Pro. It's a 2 terabyte white one, so I don't know if that makes any difference. But I have seen the same kind of issues, or people having the same sort of issues on the Pro. But pulling all the bugs aside, I'm having a lot of fun with this. I think it's mainly because, I don't know if you were a fan of The Walking Dead. Have you seen any of The Walking Dead series?
I stopped at, I think, season 4 or 5. Okay.
So originally, when you first started, I thought that's when they were strongest in The Walking Dead. Probably the first 3, probably where you stopped, actually. The strongest storyline. And for me, this is what I wanted. Like, for me, this is Walking Dead. You get to be in the world of The Walking Dead. Now, I know we've had Telltale games, but those are more like choose your own adventure games. This is literally open world. And there's this constant threat of they're not zombies, they're freakers, although they are zombies. Although the game designers say, please don't call them zombies, they're freakers, they're zombies.
Right. They act like zombies, so.
But surprisingly enough, the best character of the game next to your protagonist, who's basically Daryl, because he looks like Daryl. He's got the same sort of clothing. He's got a crossbow. He's so moody and grumpy like Daryl. It's like, woohoo, I get to play Daryl. Is your bike. You come to love your motorbike, and you upgrade it, and you feel bad about leaving it to the side as you go and take on freakers and just really terrible NPCs that are really not that smart. So your whole world is just about you and your bike. There is another character that is supposedly is meant to be like your best friend or your brother, and you go around with him. But mostly you just care about your bike and exploring this world. The storyline is kind of basic, and you can see where it's going straight away. But the most fun comes from where you just go off the beaten path, like you would do in Red Dead. Like, how much fun did you have just going, okay, I'm putting Red Dead as the main storyline aside, and I'm just going to explore the world.
Yeah, I lost probably like 30, 40 hours doing that.
Exactly. And I can see myself doing that. Apparently there is about 60 hours of campaign, and a lot of people felt like it dragged, and I can see why. If you're just trying to be there for the story, then you might go, oh, this is not the greatest story. But if you're there for the world and you just want to be immersed in this like constant threat, and when you get invaded by like a horde of zombies, it's scary. Like, you know, you're going to die. There is one minor issue that I had. A minor issue. It's probably a big issue. The weapons, you've got your crossbow, which is probably your best weapon to use at all times, regardless of what other weapons you can upgrade. You have your shotguns, your rifle, your handguns. None of them feel like they hit with any purpose. Like, there's no impact. I thought, like, you know, when you kill something, you normally either get like a vibration in your controller, or you feel like your retina move up. There's some sort of movement. It just feels like off. Even when you miss, you don't know whether you've hit the target, or you've hit the target, you don't know if they've gone down. So I really feel like they've missed the trick there. It doesn't feel tangible at all. At the same time, there's other things that are really fun. You pick up audio clips as you go around, and it explains how this world became what this world is. And the first time I picked up an audio clip, it scared the crap out of me, because the audio is played through your controller. So, and they do that occasionally with certain games, like games with the PS4. I think it was Second Son.
I like that.
Yeah, and it was really clever. It was a nice, because it puts you in the moment. So you're there, you're listening to what was going on in the past, and at the same time you're trying to, you know, fend off a horde of zombies. So there are little moments that are really good. I'm loving it. Even though it has major issues, I've just kind of put those issues aside, and I've, you know, just easily immersed myself into becoming Daryl in the Walking Dead zombie-infested, freakers infested world. And I can't see myself not finishing it, or maybe just spending 50 hours doing nothing, you know, going into huts, collecting things, upgrading my bike, and just, you know, seeing where my bike and I can go.
Nice. One of the things I was going to ask, because you know me, I'm kind of burnt out on the zombie genre. I mean, I know freakers, but but I was just wondering, is like besides like the horde, like do they do, like, is there anything unique with the do they do anything unique or interesting with these freakers?
Yeah, so in World War Z, you had, so I haven't come across a game yet where you have this amount of zombies on screen, and they all run for you, and they faster. So they're actually faster than you, and you've only got a short amount of sprint. So it really makes like trying to escape difficult. So you can sprint for a certain amount of time, and then you're out of breath. Like, he's just unfit. He constantly says it, like, I need really to shape up. And you're like, yeah, you do. You're in this world. What's going on? You should be super fit by now. And when you get a horde of these guys, and I say at some point you can have like 300-400 zombies just, you know, cratering towards you, and they jump over things. They climb where you climb. You've got to really use your mechanics, your Molotovs and weapons and traps, and, you know, just break them up and really escape. Like, there's no defeating all of them. You can pick them off slowly and maybe trick them into some sort of pit or something. But other than that, you run. That's cool. And there's also various different types that you will encounter. There's there's marauders in the map as well. And at some point, you can encounter marauders, bandits, zombies, wolves, bears, and you can encounter them sometimes all at the same time, which just means you die. Like, I was trying to... Oh,
wow.
Yeah, I was trying to attack a marauder bandits, and I was like, yeah, I'm doing it right. I went in a bit loud, and as soon as you go loud rather than stealthy, the world's like, yep, screw you, you're going to die. And then a bunch of... yeah. And I'm playing on easy, and I'm still dying, so it just...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I love stuff just in story.
So they do actually have a difficulty setting then?
Yeah, there is, yeah.
Okay.
There's 3.
I heard rumors that there was only going to be one type of difficulty, and you weren't going to be able to change it. But that's good to know that there's actually more
I
that you
don't
can
know.
go
I
through.
haven't tried changing it mid-game, but I know at the beginning of the game you can choose. And I think all that means is basically how many shots it takes to take down a zombie or a marauder. That's probably the difficulty level, or how much health they take when they hit. And right now I've got a health bar about that long, and 2 hits takes it down to that, and that's on easy. So there is a difficulty meter, and from the freakers at least. The
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so this started actually, you kind of winning me over because I've been kind of skeptical because I had been reading the reviews, and like I said, I'm not big into zombies as much as I used to be because it's just, I'm getting burnt out on the genre. But this sounds like something I may have to eventually pick up, because it sounds like it's a lot more fun.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't waste any time dropping you in the story either. It starts you off like in craziness, and then like apart from like a small intro, you've got the world open, and you don't have to obey any of the rules. I mean, you probably are areas you shouldn't go to, but you can go there if you want and just explore it. And it's like, yeah, here you go. Here's a map. Enjoy. And there definitely is a story. Like as you play more, you figure out who's trying to do what. The government are doing something, and there's different bands of people who are leading certain things, and you can throw your loyalty to certain people. So you can complete a mission, but then you've got to choose who you want to take those parts to, and then that affects what you get from that camp. And I thought that was quite nice. That it's like a loyalty thing.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
So
and I like.
It's just like Far Cry, Fallout, zombies.
That's an interesting combination, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like you were saying earlier too about people are playing for the story. I'm like, I'm sorry, but when it's an open world game, open world games are meant for you to kind of create your own story. So if you're there for just the story, like maybe kind of get sidetracked a little bit, let yourself enjoy what the developers have made.
Yeah, I'm enjoying finding. So it helps you to explore in this game. So because there is story and you can find more about it as you explore, which I think is brilliant. And you always have your friend talking in your ear like an intercom, and he's grumbling about doing something, and you're telling him not to do it. Or you have the other camps calling you saying, hey, can you come and see me? I got such and such mission for you to do. Or I didn't like the fact that you went to them. So the world feels alive, even though, it's really open. Because that's the worst. Like Fallout 76, I felt like that world, when I initially played it, when it first launched, it just felt dead to me. That there was no life to it. This, I feel like there's too much life. Like, leave me alone.
Okay, because I heard that it just like another review. I can't remember which one I read or watched, but they were saying like the world kind of felt like it was not lived in. Like it just kind of felt lifeless in that way. And that doesn't sound like that's the case at all from what I'm getting from you.
I mean, I don't know what you expect from post-apocalyptic world. There are these centers that you've got to go switch generators on, the kind of trope that some zombie things, like you go switch on this button, but if you switch on this button, it makes a noise and that calls zombies towards you. There's cars as you drive past, there's traps and there's bandits encounters. I mean, I've been playing for probably 5 hours, and I've had so many encounters with bad guys and wolves and zombies. Like, I can't see why they would say the world is dead. You can hunt deer and collect the meat. There's bears that you encounter. I believe that I haven't encountered a zombie bear yet, but I believe there's a freaker, that kind of stuff. They're taking the wildlife and what that happens. It gets scary and creepy in some parts. So at night, particularly, there's a couple of missions in a graveyard where you've got to kind of experience, everybody knows not to go into a graveyard, but especially in the zombie infested post-apocalyptic world, like don't do that.
Right.
And so you get to experience this mist, they really, really help you experience, like with the tonality and the color scheme and the palette of the night, just changing it up from day to night. It's not as creepy as I would say the other game, that's the other zombie game where you do a lot of free running. What's that called?
Oh, the one that Dying Light?
Yeah, that's the one. So at night, that whole game changes, which is brilliant. And you got to run to save your life. This just, it just changes the tone of it. It's harder at night because they're much more active. So which I normally sleep, get in a bed and sleep and wait for day, and be like, yeah, cool. I'm going back out now. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm having fun with it, which I was surprised at.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because like I've only heard people saying mediocre things. Like in in our chat we've had Devin playing it, and she seems to be liking it. And I remember you were saying you were liking it, and then a couple of my friends through Facebook seem to be enjoying it as well. So I'm guessing the people are maybe being a little too harsh on their reviews or something, or maybe we haven't encountered what they have encountered yet.
I mean, I watched the Inside Gaming because they did a 20-minute segment kind of review while you watch them play, so gameplay over them chatting, and I agreed with their issues, but it wasn't like a deal breaker for me. It was like, yeah, it's got issues. I presume some of those are going to be fixed in patches, but as a package right now, if this is the base game, then this is so much better than the other games we've gotten this year or towards the end of last year, which were broken and I no longer want to play. I think that's the difference.
Fallout 76.
Yeah, Fallout 76, Anthem. That I'm done with Anthem. Like, go away. And I spent 18 hours playing that game, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's insane. That one I had high hopes for, and no. I'm glad I didn't waste my money on that one yet. Maybe down the road when they fix it all up, but at this time, no.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be interested to see what it looks like in a year's time.
Right. Yeah, all right, you've kind of sold me, so next time I get paid, I'm probably going to be picking this game up, though, because it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised you didn't say Mortal Kombat 11, because that's your game, right?
Yeah, that's the conundrum I'm in right now. Both these games are out this month.
Right, I've been eyeing it. Although I am worried about the paying $6,000 to upgrade all the costumes.
Well, I don't know if you've seen Ed Boon's tweet on that.
Yeah, he F off, basically. That's a load of bullcrap.
Yeah, he was like, whoever wrote this article obviously has not played the game, because he's like, all of our skins are free.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a lot of grinding. But that is Mortal Kombat, right? You grind, but you're not aware you're grinding because you're playing with friends and just constantly, decapitating.
Yeah, it's not stopping you. Like, it's not unlocking or not blocking your like special moves for your characters behind paywalls or anything. It's like it's cosmetic items. Yeah, some of these may help you, like give you like a little more power when you're hitting somebody, but it's, as far as I've read, it sounds like those are only on single player games. Yeah. It doesn't carry over to I think the cosmetic part carries over to multiplayer, but I don't think the like ability stats on them do. And it's like, so I don't see the complaints that people have been having about like the microtransactions, because just play the game and unlock stuff. Because when in other Mortal Kombats have we been able to like unlock stuff for our characters to like wear? Our characters were always like, you picked your character and that's what they looked like. Maybe you'd be able to change the color of them. Yeah. So why are you complaining about this now? This is something new. Who cares?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I can't wait.
Like, from what I hear, the fighting is absolutely excellent, and that's what you want in a fighting game. So I don't get the complaints at all.
Yeah.
Like, I'll know more once I actually get my hands on the game and play it. Like, but as far as I'm seeing, this is just like an opinion from the outside, and I don't get the complaints whatsoever on it.
Right. What will you get it on? PS4 or Xbox?
I don't have the Xbox, so it would just be the PS4.
Cool. I'll have to get it on the PS4, and then we can destroy each other.
Yes. I was like, you'll probably kick my ass because I'm just a button masher.
Yeah, well, that's all Mortal Kombat is really, until you reach professional level.
That is very true.
Yeah. Cool. So,
but yeah,
you've got some news on Square Enix, apparently.
Yes. Square Enix announced recently, I think like Tuesday or Wednesday, that they were going to be hosting their own press conference at E3 at the Sony's time slot on Monday night, which was, I believe, 6 p.m. Pacific and 9 p.m. Eastern.
Wow.
So they they must have some things to show.
They're doing their own thing, their own show. Is it like Nintendo do it, or is it a live show?
As far as I know, it sounds like it's going to be a live show.
Wow. Has that ever happened?
I think, no, actually, I don't think it did, because I was thinking, like, when they first announced Final Fantasy VII, but the remake, but that was on PlayStation stage.
Yeah.
So, I think this may be their first time just, like, holding their own press conference like this.
Do you think this is maybe E3 themselves kind of scrambling to try and fill those slots, because it feels like E3 is a bit empty at the moment?
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering either that or maybe like Square seeing an opportunity and they had enough things that they're like, well, hell, Sony's not going to be there. Let's take their spot and like get our stuff out on the limelight.
Yeah, true.
Because I mean, they do have, they have Final Fantasy VII Remake that they might have some news about. They have Crystal Dynamics under their wing, and they could possibly bring out something about the Avengers game finally.
When are we going to get something about that damn game? Seriously.
Right. I'll say, I think the last it was mentioned was like 2016 or 2017 in January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they just gave up.
It hasn't been. Yeah, exactly. Like you kind of figure that maybe they would have done it for the hype of like Infinity War and Endgame that just came out, but nothing.
That would have been a smart tactic, really.
Yeah, at least show something, or even just kind of bring it back, get the attention again, because that would probably grab a lot more people's attention when it's around like the popularity of the height of the popularity.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure what's going on there, but maybe we'll see something, and then we might see something about Final Fantasy 16. Like it may not be like maybe just a cinematic trailer or something, but I mean they also have like all their other games like Just Cause. I'm sure they'll probably have something to tease Just Cause 5.
I mean, they could even tease a new Tomb Raider, because we've just had the end of that trilogy. Is that right? So who knows what they're going to do with that.
Yeah, and they might have more for the Hitman 2 that came out.
Oh, is that them
like
as
maybe
well?
Talk some DLC. Yeah. Yeah, they've got quite a few games out there that...
They're actually big... Yeah, those are big titles.
Yeah, I mean, hell, I think they still do stuff for like Nintendo, some of the more like JRPG style games. So we may hear something about.
You're right. Yeah.
Like some more of those, like because I think wasn't Octopath Traveler Square.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
they definitely have a few of those. Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully we can see some more of that stuff. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what they're gonna bring to the table for being their first time.
Nice. So
now we got.
Carry on.
I was going to say, because now we got, what was it? Microsoft, Bethesda, Square, and then Ubisoft, and then Nintendo for E3.
Right. So that's literally was my question. So E3 with Square Enix and Ubisoft and the others doing their thing, it could be okay, although I'm not sure what Bethesda are going to show us. They need Bethesda, like, I'm a huge fan of Bethesda, but if they don't bring it this year, I'm done. Like, seriously.
I know. I'm done until, because you know me, I'm an Elder Scrolls fucking fanboy. So
yeah,
I'll be done with them until they. Yeah, I'll say I'll be gone and done with them until Elder Scrolls gets brought back, because I'll be a sucker for that any day.
Like from now on, only make Elder Scrolls.
Yes, it's like you guys seem to do good at that. Ignore everything else. Stop trying new things.
Stop doing card games or VR versions. Just bring us Elder Scrolls. Yeah.
Right, or even that damn Starfield. I want to see what that's about.
It's probably a card game.
That would be so.
Now that I've said it,
I would go in a corner and cry.
Yeah, it's out there in the world now, unfortunately. Yeah,
right. But yeah, I'm kind of curious to see where E3 will be going. I mean, we'll be trying to watch every conference that we can get our hands on, and maybe even maybe even we can do some. Hopefully, maybe try to do some live reactions if we can, have the scheduling right.
Yeah, we should totally go for that.
I know a couple of them I won't be at work, unfortunately, but
you could do the work.
That is true. I'll just close my office door and put a do not disturb sign up.
Yeah. Filming right now. Do not disturb.
It's like, it's for the job, people. Trust me.
Yeah, that'd be funny at least. So Matt is not here, who normally hosts with us. And I know he would probably be going batshit crazy with the news of the Kingdom Hearts DLC. But I thought it was worth definitely a mention, as Kingdom Hearts is cool, right? Did you get to play the new one?
Yeah, I haven't played the new one because, with everything that had went on with me a couple months back, you guys got together and got me the collection.
Oh, yeah.
And I started playing through that, but I'm only about maybe halfway through part 1 and then got sidetracked by other games.
Yeah, as life does. It's like, here, have 10 games now that you can play.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, you're in college and you're working. Oh, we got a ton of new games coming right now. It's like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's
like,
how
give me
that
some
works.
Time. Thankfully, summer is usually the slow time.
Yeah, we can catch up. That's normally the time I catch up on all those games I haven't managed to finish. That, I have like 10 that I've started that I like, oh, it's calling me and I feel ashamed. I know.
Right.
Yeah. But I started it. I played a few hours of Kingdom Hearts. I'm eager to see what this DLC is going to bring. It's called Remind. The DLC will include the English language option, which is cool. Also,
nice.
The Japanese version. It's directed by Tetsuya Nomura. He announced it at the concert, apparently, and the launch date hasn't been secured yet, but you will get a new Keyblade when that launches, so that is cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's a lot of really cool DLC that I'm sure that Kingdom Hearts 3 will continue just to add content, because they've got this whole Disney world and they've obviously got the licenses for it. So they could just keep expanding it, and it's taken them so many years to bring out this game. And fans have, like, for years, like at every E3, Kingdom Hearts, where is it? And eventually, they got it, and now the DLC is coming. So I'm sure there'll be loads.
Right, I was like, yeah, because this was like Kingdom Hearts 3 was like 10 years in the making, or almost 10 years in the making.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah, so it's cool that they finally are, the game is out and it got good reviews for the most part. And yeah, I'm wondering if, they'll just continue to like expand on this game for a while and just bring out some little DLC. Because from what I heard, like Kingdom Hearts usually didn't do DLC before.
Yeah, so they're obviously changing with the times, which is fine. Fans kind of now, when you pay a certain amount of money, games aren't cheap. They want replayability, and so they're like, okay, well, here, this way the developers can get more money and the fans can get more content. It's kind of a win-win, I guess.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
so I will definitely have to gauge Matt's reaction next time he's on the episode about this.
Yeah, I think we'll probably have to chat to him about it again, because he'll have a special insight.
Yeah, maybe that'll be our final topic at the end next month or next week, because he'll probably go on for hours.
Let him have a minute of squealing first, and then he can
exactly.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts, he'd probably be wearing a Keyblade.
Yeah, no shit. Exactly. Hell, he might have a Keyblade behind him ready to go.
I imagine that's true. And then, obviously, the world, unless you've been living under a rock, the Avengers Endgame came out at cinemas, and that.
Wait, what's that?
I literally had someone ask me that recently. I was like,
"What?
Are you a spaceman? Like, have you been living in space?" But yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, amazing. So Endgame came out. I've seen it twice. No spoilers.
Still haven't seen it yet. It's definitely something I'm looking forward to checking out.
Yeah, I won't say anything, so I don't want to ruin anything or be hunted by people, because people have been spoiling it for others on social media, which is very sad.
Yeah.
It's the culmination of 22 movies, and people are seriously invested in the characters, and to go and mess that up for people, I think that's just rubbish.
Yeah, and that's the internet for you. There's like Infinity War got ruined for me last year, and I went, and that was only 3 days after it came out.
Seriously. Yeah.
It's like, wow, thanks. So I just went and seen it like right away before anything else got spoiled. I was like, screw it, I'll go now.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So anyway, I believe they did a crossover before with Infinity War, and so with Endgame, Fortnite has done another crossover, and so that you get to use the weapons if you're the characters. My son's laughing at me. And one of the cool like cosmetics that you get is to use one of the flying machines that you get in Avengers, which apparently everybody's going, yeah, that's cool. But the greatest thing about it is the shout out to Stan Lee, which when you win, you get an Excelsior. So he goes,
oh, nice,
in his voice, which I think is awesome. Like if you're going to do a crossover, you need to play homage to the man.
Right, that is awesome.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of Fortnite, and I know it's going to be here for like ever. In like when we go into apocalyptic world, there's going to be crickets and Fortnite. But I thought that was cool.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much how it is.
Yeah.
I'll say I played Fortnite for a little bit, but it just wasn't my type of thing. But yeah, that's awesome that they're like, well, for one, awesome that Fortnite's continuing just to add shit like this to the game and like do the cross promotions. And then just have the Avengers stuff and like things like that involved in the Avengers. That's awesome.
Yeah. And then more gaming news on a more sad note. It's sad because the fans are upset with Persona 5. So have you played Persona? Are you a fan of Persona?
I played the hell out of Persona 4, never beat it, got probably about 30-ish hours in, and then Persona 5, I got that on sale, and I think I played about 15 hours. I really want to go back because I love that world, and I love the design and everything about it, but it's just so intimidating because it's like a 100-hour game.
200. If you want to be a completionist, you can play 200 hours.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, over the last few weeks, there's been this teaser thing. Have you seen it about Joker?
Yeah. I was chatting with Matt trying to figure out what it could possibly mean because we had like, what was it, Persona 5R and Persona 5S, I think it was.
Yeah, exactly. So this one is Persona 5 Scramble, which I guess is the S, the Phantom Strikers. The protagonist is Joker, and he's shown fighting alongside Arsene Shibuya's famous Scramble. So I'm reading someone's article, just bits of it. But the worst thing about it is it's not part of that world. It's one of those Dynasty Warriors beat-em-ups. You know those ones where there's thousands of games like it. They've even done for One Piece, Fire Emblem, The Legend of Zelda, Orochi Warriors. It's like one of those Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors crossovers where you have thousands of NPCs on your screen and you just hack and slash. And there's definitely a core fan base for that. But the fans are really upset that it's not more to do with the actual kind of turn-based Persona world.
Right. I thought that was kind of a weird genre direction for them to take with this like little side thing.
But I mean, they're famous for doing this kind of stuff. They're like, meh, we're bored. We want to do something else. And then they go and add something like this. So,
yeah, Atlas is weird. They like to, they're kind of like Nintendo. They go at the beat of their own drum.
I mean, Nintendo, like they'll launch a console and then they'll add cardboard peripherals.
Right. And we just go, oh, that's Nintendo being Nintendo.
Yeah. The Atlas, here's a 200-hour game. And here, now we're going to do, with one of your favorite characters, hack and slash Dynasty Warriors crossover thing.
Yeah, it's so odd.
It's so weird.
I mean, it's something I'd probably play around with for a little bit, but Dynasty Warrior style games I get bored of really fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it might be something I'll rent or play around with just because I'm curious to see how this is going to play out.
I'm definitely not paying $60 for it, and they're always on the higher scale of the price range as well.
Yeah, that's so weird. Yeah, I would maybe pay $20. That seems about the price I'd pay for something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, if it got included in like the Xbox Game Pass or something, I might have a go at it.
Right. And did we heard anything about Persona 5 Royal? What that's going to be?
I haven't heard yet. I'm fingers crossed that it's not a one of these or a dancing one, because you had the Persona ones, the 2 dancing versions that came out as well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which I had to go at and I sucked at. So no,
Yeah.
no more of that, please.
Yeah, I'm not good at rhythm games, so something like that, no, I'm not interested at all.
I had to go just because it's Persona. So, you know, like, it's like
Right.
the Persona world. What is this? You know, like tap, 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 tap.
Yeah, I think Matt played him, enjoyed him, but, you know, Matt also diehard Persona guy.
Yeah, true.
Once again, we're going to have to get his opinion on Scramble, because I'm kind of wondering what his thoughts are.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't know what they were thinking with that. We'll have to kind of keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully that new content will be more closer to what, you know, us core fans, I guess, have enjoyed from their series, because that's what fans
right. Yeah, hopefully they'll do something kind of interesting and like fun with PS5 Royal.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Or I get Persona 5 Royal. God, yeah, fingers crossed. Because I want something kind of cool with that, at least RPG style.
Yeah. Right. So I believe you went. Sorry, carry on.
I think that was the end of the news, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So I was going to ask you. You had an interesting week this week. You went somewhere quite fun.
Yes, I did. I ended up going to what is called the Motor City Nightmares out here in Michigan. It's a horror convention that is hosted out in Novi, Michigan. So it's like pretty close to Detroit. It's about a 45-minute drive from my house. And every year I go to this. This was their 11th year hosting it. And it's always in this like big Sheraton hotel. So it's like the whole like main floor of the hotel is this convention.
Nice.
And
has it grown?
I've gone for probably they seem to be expanding, getting better celebrities, and like they keep adding more rooms and things like that. Like it's getting to the point now where I think they need to transfer over to someplace new because they're just starting to get too big and it's almost too much for all of the people now.
That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, this year, like this was their 11th year, and they decided to do a Hellraiser reunion, and they got pretty much every single actor except for let's see. I'll just go through who they had from Hellraiser. They had Doug Bradley, who plays Pinhead or Hellpriest.
Did you meet him?
I did. Hey. I got a picture with him. Got him to sign 8x10, and he also signed my Pinhead statue behind me.
You took it with you?
The lament configuration that he's holding, you can pop his arm off and
nice.
Bring just that with. So I took that with me and had it signed as well.
That is cool.
And yeah, he was super awesome, really nice guy. I got to meet Ashley Lawrence, who played Kirsty, the main heroine of the movie. And
I saw her in something recently.
Yeah, she's been in quite a bit.
She's been in loads. I think it was a TV episode or something. I don't know what that was. I'll have to check it up. Yeah. But she's been in loads. Yeah,
she was...
Her name keeps popping up. I'm like, I know her.
It's like, yeah, because like she has that recognizable face, and yeah, just the name. Like, there's not many Ashley Lawrences out in like the Hollywood area that I really know of.
Nice.
Like that's who I think of.
So you got to meet her as well.
Yep, I didn't get an autograph with her, but I did get a picture with her, and yeah, she was super sweet, really nice to talk to. Excited to meet the fans, which, you know, it's always good when you get celebrities that are like actually happy to meet you and talk to you.
Rather than the kind of fakes, you know, the fake smile and handshake and move along.
I've even had some bad experiences where I'm trying to talk to them, and they like, you know, I'm all excited being a fan, and then they'll just pull out their phone and just start scrolling on their phone. I'm like, really?
Seriously?
All right, well, you're not getting my money. I'm out, and just walked away. It's like if you're getting paid big bucks for signing your name and just saying hi to like a fan, just do it. It's not that hard. But yeah, and then I ended up getting to meet because I didn't have a lot of money, so I was trying to be very very
Google.
choosy on who I met.
Yeah.
And, well, Clive Barker, the director, author, artist himself was there.
What?
And, yeah.
That's amazing.
There's no way I could pass meeting him up. That's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Seriously, Clive Barker, that's pretty A-list.
Yeah, he was, unfortunately, like, I think it's just because, he's been diagnosed with cancer and he's been dealing with that for years. And
shame.
Yeah, they brought him down. Like, this really hurt. Like, I was told about this, but this really saddened me. But they brought him down in a wheelchair.
Wow.
And, like, yeah, he transferred over to, like, a regular seat. But he wasn't, unfortunately, very interactive with his fans. Like, he talked, but you could tell he just not really, like, feeling the best and everything. So I think he was just kind of there, just
it's amazing. He's
happy to see everybody, but
does that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm wondering if it's just because all the cancer treatments and everything. I'm sure he needs the money to help pay for that. So I'm thinking this might be one of the reasons.
It's so expensive. It's especially depending on what you're getting. Yeah.
Right, and yeah, he was. It was hard. I could barely even recognize him. Like, I used to know like Clive Barker as like muscular, kind of buff dude, smoking cigars all the time, and like quite a handsome guy. And now I'm looking at him going, wait, is that really him? It just did not look like him. But I mean, it was still awesome that I got to see him. He shook my hand and said hi, and apparently that's a rarity that he'll shake your hand because he's afraid to get a disease from someone while he's being so sick.
Right.
So I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
But I ended up getting a full-size Nightbreed poster signed by him.
Oh, excellent.
Which was, I'm getting that bad boy framed and hanging that in my living room somewhere because that's just amazing.
I mean, you probably caught him at one of the best times. I don't know if you'd be back considering what he's dealing with, just to his health-wise, he probably doesn't go out that much anymore. So.
Right, exactly. And like I was saying, this was like a once in a lifetime opportunity, like in my eyes. So I was like, I had to do it.
Yeah. Nice. Wow, that's pretty cool. Clive Barker.
Yeah, that one was. I was so wanting to like just fanboy out with him, but I'm like, I'm just gonna just say hi and just
be cool, man.
Walk away. be cool.
Don't get.
But yeah, exactly. They also had a few more from the Hellraiser that I wasn't able to meet, but they had Andrew Robinson, who played Frank, so like the main antagonist.
Yeah.
He still looks almost the same. Like, really? I was like, I recognized him right off the bat. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then trying to remember their names. I know one was Simon Bamford. He played the fat Cenobite Butterball. And then I can't remember the guy, but the one that played the Chatterer Cenobite was there as well.
Okay.
And the female one, Barbie Wild, she played the female Cenobite in part 2. She wasn't in part 1. So I think like the only two people that were really missing from the first film were the female Cenobite from there and Julia, the stepmother.
Right.
I think that was everybody, but everybody else was there.
That's
which
a pretty
was
good
just
group, though.
Incredible. Yeah, and yeah, I think from what I was told, like if you wanted just like all the Hellraiser signatures, it was around $280. Yeah, I was like, that's a little too rich for my blood.
Raking in that,
like country. At least right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I would normally spend that easily, but this year was a little bit tighter on cash. But they also had some other cool celebrity guests, like they had Dee Wallace, who everybody knows as the '80s mother. She's E.T. She was in Critters and Cujo.
She's been around in those '80s films, yeah.
Yeah, and I've met her multiple times before, and she is one of the most loveliest people you can talk to. Okay. I just want to take her home and have her be my second mother.
Awesome.
Like she was just incredible to talk to, and but I did meet Tiffany Shepis, who is known for a lot of like the lower budget horror films and does a lot of stuff with trauma.
Yeah.
And wow, she was so freaking friendly. Like I went right up to there and she was like, "Hey, how are you doing? What's your name?" And just like got up, gave me a hug, and was just talking to me and asking how my life's been and stuff like that. I'm going, wow, all right. You are making me want to watch every one of your movies now that I haven't seen, just because like how nice you're being to me. But yeah, she was incredible. I got a picture with her, got an autograph with her, and
Nice.
I definitely going to be because I've seen maybe like a handful of her films, and she's been in I think over 100.
Yeah.
So
Her name rings a bell. She also has done some TV, I think, as well. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I think she has.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was just an amazing person. So like after that experience, I'm like, okay, I need to find the rest of your movies now and check some of these out because yeah, you deserve like at least my attention as a fan now.
Nice. That's excellent.
But then yeah, there were like a ton of vendors there as well, which that's what I usually go for is like the vendors at these places. I don't want to talk about it. Needless to say, I bought a lot of just random cool shit. I think most of my money that most of my money that was invested was probably in the celebrities, but I did get some like window decals for my car because I'm just that type of guy that so I got a Mogwai and a Gremlin from Gremlins that I'm going to be having in my car.
That's great.
And I'll say, my obsession with that movie. You've seen me freaking the fuck out when Devin and Matt said they didn't like it or see it.
What's wrong with them?
Right? Don't get me started. We'll be here for another hour. But I also got a sticker that's in red. And this is kind of fitting for my car because my car is all black with black tinted windows. So it's a sticker that's in all red and it says Red Rum. So I'm going to have that on the back of my car.
Red Rum.
What else? I ended up getting some horror movie magnets just because I have a collection of horror magnets on my fridge upstairs, and then got a couple of coasters that were Gremlin related as well because I seen those. And I'm like, okay, I'm a sucker for Gremlins. I'm grabbing them, and I was trying my damnedest. There was this one vendor, and he had this gizmo that was motion sensitive. And when you walked by it, he would start humming like Gizmo would. I can't even do it, but like that little hum that you would always hear Gizmo singing to himself. Yes. Yeah. That was exactly the notes though. And yeah, he would sit there and just kind of rock back and forth singing that. And I'm going, dude, how much do you want for that? He's going, I can't sell that. He's like, that's the last one we have. And it's like our way of like getting people's attention when they walk by the booth that will start singing and they'll turn around and come. And I'm like, I will pay good money. What do you want for it? I was begging him and he's like, I can't. I'm like, I want it so bad. It would just be amazing for my collection.
Yeah. You'll have to look up online, see if there's another version.
Yeah, that it's definitely going to have me on the hunt now, that's for sure. And but then there was one thing I bought for my buddy Bill because he usually comes with me every year and wasn't able to make it this year.
Right.
So I went over. He gave me some money and he was like, "If you can, just pick this up for me." I'm like, "Sure." And it's this guy that makes clay sculptures, and they're all say about that tall.
Right.
But they're all horror movie related. So it's like you'll have like one of Pinhead, there'd be one of Freddy Krueger, one of Jason. Well, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but Return of the Living Dead.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted me to pick up the figure of Linnea Quigley's character, Trash, when she's dancing on the gravestone.
Okay.
And she's topless and everything on this figure.
Wow.
That came with like a gravestone, and she's nude on it dancing, and I'm like, all right, if you want that, I'll grab it for you.
Is it sculpted well, at least?
Yeah, it's really well done. Like this guy is really talented with what he does.
So he's not.
It's almost like
hand making it.
No, yeah, these are all handmade by from him, and like that's why it takes him a while because sometimes he'll do custom orders and stuff like that as well.
Right.
And
nice.
he's been there for probably since I started going there, and I've always wanted to buy something from him, but I've just usually by the time I get to him, I've already spent like the money that I would have needed to buy something from him. But,
nice.
Like I'm trying to convince him to do an Art the Clown or a Gremlins one because I did not see a Gremlins one, which is kind of shocking. And it's like, all right, you got to do that one. I mean, it's iconic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there was I met up with my buddy Adam Thomas, who hosts the Double-Edged Double Bill podcast, which he gave me one of their shirts.
Yeah, that's a cool shirt.
Yeah, I've hosted on his show a couple times, so like because of that, he when he met up with me, he's like, "I'm getting you a shirt because anybody that's hosted with us gets a free shirt." I'm like, "Sweet, I'll take a free shirt anytime." So him and I met up, and we also met up with another fellow PopHorror.com writer, Stacy Marie.
Oh, Stacy was there.
And,
okay.
Yeah, she's at all these damn conventions. I'm envious. But I got to meet her and her husband, Dennis, and so all of us went and sat down in the lobby because there's a like mini restaurant there. So we sat down and grabbed something to eat and just kind of chatted because Adam knows Stacy as well from Facebook. And they had horror-themed drinks. So there was like the red rum, which I can't remember what was in that one. But I ended up getting one called the blood of your enemies.
Exactly.
But the ones I ended up getting the Hellraiser, and it was tequila, apple pucker, and a little bit of jalapeno juice. And I'm like, well, the part that sold me on this is the apple pucker because I like sour. So I was like, all right, let's try this. The apple pucker, I think, was more used for coloring because I did not taste any apple pucker. It was pretty much like straight tequila with a hint of jalapeno. It was woohoo. Needless to say, Scott had a nice buzz.
Was Scott tripping? Was he like,
I was on that edge.
You're my best friend, and you're my
like everyone here. I love you. But then Stacy and I ended up getting a brain shot, which was like either Kahlua or Bailey's mixed with vodka and like a splash of cranberry.
Damn.
And what it is they pour the shot in, and then they just, drop the Kahlua or Bailey's in, and the Bailey's or Kahlua curdles. And it looks like a brain, and it'll kind of drip down to the bottom of the glass, and it'll look like it has a brain stem.
That's quite clever. Nice.
And, yeah, it looks disgusting, but you take it, and it's like smooth and sweet. It just tastes so good. I was like, I could drink that all day.
I do like.
But yeah, looking at it, you're just going, oh. Was that?
I do like Bailey's, so I imagine that was an interesting taste.
Yeah, it was. It went down really well, and yeah, it just had like a nice sweet taste to it. And yeah, once again, that just kind of increased Scott's buzz for the rest of the day.
Sounds like a good convention. Anybody should go if they can.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. Motor City Nightmares. They are always like the last weekend of April, and yeah, you can check out their website. They're at motorcitynightmares.com, and they will. I'm guessing probably by like September, maybe a little bit earlier, we'll announce the date for the next year.
Right.
And they'll slowly start introducing what guests will be there and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely give them a shout out. Check them out because they do an awesome job. And that's like the one thing I look forward to every single year. And I like nerd out and just like forget all the cares in the world and just have fun being around all like-minded individuals.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Because of that, you didn't get time to play many games this week, did you?
No, I'll say between like preparing for this and college and everything, I didn't get a chance to touch a video game at all this week. Which hopefully I can rectify that this week. We'll see what goes on, but like yeah, because this is I'll say, and this is the final countdown towards my graduation. So it's like you got to focus on that first. Then after that, I'll let myself have all the fun in the world.
That makes sense.
But what have you been playing? Because I know you played at least a little bit.
Yeah. So obviously I played Days Gone, so I've talked about that. I finished Borderlands, the 4K edition that just came out. It includes all the DLC. So I finished the storyline, which I was like, have I played this before? Because there was a lot that I'd forgotten about. The orange drop rate for the special weapon, we call them the legendaries, has increased because by the end of the playthrough, my whole right side of just my weapons were all pretty much orange, which I thought
Oh, wow.
is very cool because that's just the first run through. Normally you got to run through 2 or 3 times to get, those really elite kind of weapons. I haven't had like a grenade or a shield or what's it, like the power up. Yeah, grenade or shield. I haven't had like the legendaries drop for that, but still I was impressed. I was like, they've obviously fixed some stuff, so it's like kind of fan service. Remember all these weapons you got? You've bought this, you've played this before. Yeah, you go have fun with these really cool weapons, which is great.
Nice.
And then the DLC, so you got the Claptrap one, where Claptrap he overrides his programming and basically tries to take over the world. And there's ninja Claptrap assassins, and basically the whole DLC is just killing off Claptraps and everything so he takes over like Skags and he makes them Claptrap versions of him, like robotic type versions of himself.
Oh, geez.
And like the brutal normal bad guys that you get, the badasses, there's versions of what he's done. So that like this whole DLC just versions of Claptrap, which is hilarious, and you can imagine the dialogue. It's grating, but at the same time, it's also really enjoyable just to kill Claptrap over and
yeah. Because I noticed like you guys were all kind of like saying like Claptrap was annoying, but fuck, I love Claptrap.
Oh, my wife loves him. That's her favorite character. She doesn't play Borderlands, but when she watches me play, she loves Claptrap. So yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those like annoying characters. He's kind of, at least for me, I just kind of love because he's annoying.
He's one of the most recognizable characters in Borderlands. You've got to have him there. And then you've got
sure.
Mad Moxie as well. You do a DLC with her, and hers is like Thunderdome stuff where you play level rounds like Horde mode in Gears of War. You just play like you fight more and more bad guys, and the leveling gets stronger and the bad guys get stronger, and she drops, and it's like random roulette of what kind of things they've got to kill you with and what you've got to kill them with. The worst thing about that is you don't level up in your XP, which is what Borderlands is all about. You have to wait until you finish the whole complete session, and that's 25 levels. And if you die, you start again. So it's really kind of hard.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so you have to play, I think it's designed to play with friends, and it was just me on my lonesome playing that, so I didn't play that DLC too much. And then there's the kind of horror one, which is great. And so yeah, if you've been umming and ahhing about playing Borderlands again in 4K on your latest consoles, I think it's definitely worth it. It's not the full price either, so that's great. But it's like,
yeah, that's awesome.
You get all the achievements, you get all the kind of weapons, they drop more, and it's just fun playing. And it's also four co-op, which it originally wasn't. So it's like it splits it to 4 rather than just the 2, I think. So I think that's a nice update to it.
Oh, nice.
And then I played one of the worst games I've ever played in my entire life, Outcast Contact. It's one of the free games for Xbox Live, the Gold, one of the free Gold. And here's the blurb. Second Contact is an open world action adventure game taking the player to an extraterrestrial planet as dangerous as it is beautiful. You take on the role of Cutter Slade, an elite soldier sent on a mission to Adelphia, home of an ancient and advanced alien civilization. Your choices and your actions will determine humanity's survival. And I hate this game with a passion. Oh my gosh. And I've seen the reviews for it. It's really mixed. Like, some people think this is amazing. Some people just hate it. It's interesting, if you go on the actual store of Xbox, it's got a 2 stars. So that gives you an idea that people haven't enjoyed it. But if you look at the critique reviewers, they seem to really like it. It is a complete remake of the Cloud game. But to me, when I'm playing it, it feels like a broken Xbox 360 game. I mean, the amount of bugs I had in it, that, like, you get bugs that you can enjoy or just go, that's weird, and play a game. And then you get bugs that break a game. And for me, that was this game.
Oh, wow.
How you shoot, your arm is out here, and your eyes are here, and you've got your retina is there, and it's this weird square, and you've kind of got to place it in the right way, and it takes, like, guys, a few shots to kill it's almost permadeath, but it's not. It's just really irritating. Like there was no part of the gameplay that I thought was, oh, this is fun, this is unique. I hated this game. Like I want my time back. I'd be interested to see.
I don't think I've ever heard you say that either.
No, I don't. There hasn't been a game that I've gone, yeah, this is crap. This has got no redeeming features. And I've played some hard games recently. Sekiro, that's a hard game, but I spent a ridiculous amount of time in that game and have mostly finished it. And this game is hard. I gave myself 3 hours. I tortured myself for 3 hours, and I was like, uninstall this from my Xbox hard drive now. I don't want it.
Wow.
So it says it's a remake of the cloud game. I feel like it needs to be remade again.
Yeah, it sounds like they need to take that back to the drawing board.
I still don't get the people that loved it. So it's got more than 60 hours of gameplay, a hero that's quite fun. Apparently it's voiced by Bruce Willis. I didn't even recognize his voice. When you're playing it and it's doing like the tutorial, the way the game mechanics work with your character, it really feels like they've taken a PC game and put it into a 360 game, and it just like the model rendering hasn't quite worked. Like there are bugs through and through this game. The rendering, the layers, the way you have a jetpack that kind of works sometimes, your jump kind of works sometimes. There's no in-between jump, so your jump is your boost, your jetpack, and you can't like tap it lightly for just a small jump. You can run and sprint to jump longer with your jetpack, but as soon as you tap that, it's using it. I don't know if that comes later in upgrading. Maybe you get abilities, and maybe the game is better the more you play it because you can unlock certain things. But it's an open world game, and you have this menu system, which was hard for me to find out where it even was. Like tap B apparently, and that brings up your menu system. I would never have placed it there, but okay. It's not intuitive control wise either. Like I had to figure out where things were, even though it was telling me in the tutorial, even after I was playing it for an hour. I was like, what is going on? This is really weird. Like I don't think there's anything redeeming that I could say about this apart from the fact that it's no longer on my hard drive. That's redeeming.
Yeah. That is a good. It gets 1 point for taking the game off the hard drive.
Yeah, you get a 1. Can't tell you how much. I'm grating my teeth. Yeah.
Now, is that just like an Xbox exclusive, or is that like on all consoles too?
I think it must be on multiple consoles. It came out in 2017, and now it's one of their, obviously got the licenses to give it away free on Xbox. I'll check it out. What are you eyeing out to play? What's your next game?
Well, I'm going to try to finish out Detroit Become Human because I'm about halfway through that game and yeah, absolutely love it. I installed, what was it? I think it was called Into the Woods or Through the Woods on the PS4.
Okay.
And it seemed like some type of like horror game because I was like, well, I'm going to play some short indie games just because, I didn't have a lot of free time.
Yeah.
I think another one that I downloaded was What Remains of Edith Finch.
Okay.
So I got like a couple of like Tacoma. That was another one I wanted to get to because I know that was the guys that did Gone Home, and I really loved the story for Gone Home.
Yeah, Gone Home was excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to see what Tacoma's all about.
So you got some titles lined up.
Yeah, I got some stuff installed, ready to go. Just got to get the time to do it, and then I can. Because I think the rest of this week will probably take me to beat Detroit. Because I only get a couple hours here, a couple hours there. So I think that'll probably be this whole week.
Detroit is excellent, though. That is a top-notch game.
Yeah, I'm so impressed by that game. And I am like completely into the story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the story is just incredible, and I just love the variety of options on how things can play out.
Yeah, there's multiple endings as well. So however you play your character, you'll always be wondering, what if I chose that instead? What if I saved her or him? What if I killed them both? Yeah, you're always wondering where it would take you in the end, which is frustrating but brilliant. Like Really clever.
Yeah, because that just gives you the replay value, and
Exactly.
with it being such a short game, you can do that pretty easily.
Yeah. Going back to Outcast, it is on PS4, so feel free to pick that up. I'm sure you'll love it.
I mean, you did a great job of selling it to everybody, so I think I think it'll help sales.
Okay, let me do a counter. According to Metacritic, it's got a 61%, and Metacritic are quite well respected. So,
wow,
Eurogamer gave it 4 out of 5 stars.
Wow.
So,
what? Huh. So, I mean, yeah, check it out. It may be something you guys like, but it definitely does not sound like it's something Ruben enjoyed.
like, I play games, and this for me was like just bad. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And I like a lot of what you like. So, and you and I have pretty much similar taste and agreements. So I think I will avoid this one.
No, it's amazing. Get it, Scott.
Okay, fine. You talk me into it. I'll buy it.
Well-earned money. Spend that on that game.
Yes.
For Bruce Willis. Do it for Bruce Willis.
Oh, the man that half-asses most of his career anyways.
I mean, he did great films. What has he done recently? He's just not acting anymore.
Yeah, he did the Death Wish remake, and he did Glass.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He did do Glass.
And from what I heard about Death Wish, he just kind of like... Yeah, I heard he just kind of was there for that movie.
Was he? I didn't see him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There wasn't much left to him, but
there was somebody mumbling. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, someone's calling me. Can you hear that on your end?
No.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure it's not interrupting the show too much. Besides, me interrupting the show.
Yeah, we can do that just fine. No, I think that's all of our news, and we're ending on a really high note of one of the worst games I've ever played.
Yay!
Yay! What are we looking forward to next week? Hopefully one of us will have MK11.
Yes, someone needs to get their hands on that, damn it.
I think Matt's going to have it, so he was having a code coming towards him. Hopefully he'll get that.
Yeah, and hopefully Devin will be able to come on next week and give her thoughts on Days Gone, and then you guys can talk about it more, because I'm sure you'll play more of that. Yeah,
I will do, and she's desperate to talk about that as well. And I'm sure I will be playing some indie games as well, so there's some really exciting, interesting... Because this is a really good time for indie gamers now that we're trickling off of the big AAA titles that have kind of just killed us at the beginning of this year. Just massive titles.
Right.
Just like,
there's so many of them.
Just take my wallet.
Yeah. Beat me up and take all my money. Thank you.
Yeah. And now the indie guys are going like, here you go, try some of this out. So I think this next few months will be glorious for real creativity, really. Because they've got it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have nothing big coming out on the horizon, do we?
Apart from E3, I don't know that there is anything else. I know we've got that kind of sequel, half a game from Bethesda, the Wolfenstein Bloodhounds. And that's like June, beginning of June, I think. And
or is that Old Blood?
Old Blood, yeah. Old Blood? The one with it's a co-op game.
Yeah.
I think it's 2 female protagonists, and it's not a full game. I think it's like priced here. It's like £24.99 pounds, so that must be around about the $30 mark, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's close to that. Yeah. Yeah, so that's not too bad. But yeah, then the only other one I hear about that is rumored for summer release is that Man of Medan, which is what I'm really excited for, since that's the Supermassive Games that did it Until Dawn, and it's their horror anthology
trilogy,
series.
Aren't they? The Man of Medan is the first one in their trilogy.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's a trilogy, but I think it might be because they said it's an anthology series, so it may just be like something they just continue with and just do different stories each time. But I'm excited to see what this is, and I hope it plays kind of like Until Dawn in that way, because
I played a bit of it.
It was amazing.
Played a bit of it at a gaming convention, and it was excellent. I didn't get much time, but very atmospheric. Like immediately was put into their world. And I was like, it played like Resident Evil, funny enough. Like that.
Really?
Yeah, think of it like Resident Evil, and the graphics were superb. So it didn't feel like an indie company. I thought they were top notch. It just looked amazing. Really, really tense. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's like probably the next game I'm looking forward to. Oh, we do have Rage coming out next month too. Rage 2.
Rage 2, of course. That's going to be Bethesda's big one for the year, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, there's still some big games looming,
Yeah,
but yeah, indie games are having their time to shine.
Yeah. Cool.
And hopefully we'll get a chance to cover some of them for y'all.
I'm sure we will. Between all of us, we got it.
Yeah, exactly. We got you covered.
I
Yeah,
feel like
I guess we can.
Yeah, I feel like we should sign off. We should maybe do the outro music ourselves. How's it go?
Yeah, I'll say I think you've heard it a lot more than I have, just being the editor.
It starts off loud and then it goes really low and then it goes loud.
Yeah, no, awesome music though.
Really appreciative of Jonathon Tucker and Agony Wolf doing that for us.
Yeah, they did an excellent job, and yeah, we should give a shout out to pophorror.com. Check us out there. We write articles there. Go and subscribe to PopGaming Podcast. We have a Facebook page. I'm gonna probably create a group page eventually, just so we can have some more interactions.
Yeah.
Then subscribe to us. Hit that bell for us on YouTube.
If you're interested in seeing some of the Days Gone gaming footage from us, I'm currently uploading 30 minutes at 720p at 60 frames, so you can see kind of how it looks. I think the graphics kind of drop in and out occasionally, depending on my bandwidth. But it's uploading to the Pop Horror Podcast as a separate playlist, so that'll be something
nice.
You can have for reference for when we're talking about Days Gone. It'll just be on there. Yeah.
Awesome. And yeah, do you want to shout out where any Facebook pages or stuff that you're doing?
Yeah, so I run a channel called The Ruby Tuesday, which you can find on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, but I'm mostly on YouTube. That's where I upload all my content, and that stuff is Netflix and Amazon streaming service providers that I do their original content reviews for that. So just literally search on YouTube, The Ruby Tuesday. I think I'm normally first or second in the search, which is cool because it's an unusual name.
Yeah, that is awesome.
And I've kind of opted away from doing games now because I'm doing games with Pop Horror Gaming, and I don't want to be in conflict with us because we have an amazing team. And so gaming here, movies and TVs, sci-fi stuff, both at Pop Horror and The Ruby Tuesday. So it's cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
definitely check it out. It's great content.
I think so.
Yeah, and then you can right. Well, and speaking of being biased, I'm going to talk about my excellent show that I have as well. I host the podcast By the Cemetery, though. It's a horror movie related podcast. We usually cover anywhere between 2 to 3 different films. Each host chooses a movie. There's usually a theme to it. Our next theme is movies that movies that came out on the year that we were born.
Oh, and nice. That's clever.
Conveniently, all three of us I was born in 81, Randy was born in 82, and Tim was born in 83. So it's one from each year. And we chose films that we've never seen before. So I ended up choosing Burial Ground. Randy chose The Slayer, and Tim chose The House of Long Shadows. And yeah, so we'll be hopefully recording that episode this week sometime. We just got to get our schedules figured out. But yeah, you can check us out. We have a Facebook page. We are on the Legion Podcast Network, so you can also find us on legionpodcast.com. And we're also on Spotify. Yeah,
do check them out, because if you think you know your horror, I was surprised because I thought, I've seen most of the horrors. I don't need any help. And then I saw what these guys were watching and titles I'd never even heard of. And I thought, okay, And then I listened to one of the podcasts, and they really do know their stuff, but they have a lot of fun with it. So I would go and check them out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, we also talk. Randy has a segment in there called "Tunes from the Crypt," and he talks horror themed metal bands and stuff like that. So and he's an encyclopedia of music in general. He's just got all this knowledge, so it's fun listening to him just go off for like a half hour, 40 minutes talking about that.
Awesome.
But usually Tim and I will glaze over and just kind of forget what's going on because we don't know what's happening. But yeah, go ahead and give us check us all out. And we all got our own little separate projects going on, it seems.
Yeah.
And it's something different from the video game world. So yeah, if you're interested in any of that, please go check us out.
Yep. And I think that's it. We'll say goodbye.
Yeah. Yeah, until next time, you guys have a great weekend. Or great week.
I think you should say goodbye in Gizmo voice.
Bye, Billy.
Nice. Bye, guys.
See ya.